Well, just happy with the sweep. Very hard to sweep in this conference. I think it's our second sweep in the conference, and of course, having also with all the guys we've got down, and I guess you can add one to the mix now with Jenkins. Um, so that's pretty impressive to think you got your 1-2 down, your starting shortstop, your third hole hitter, and uh, and then our center fielder goes down. So I was very proud of our team for guys stepping up, playing different positions, or guys being inserted into the lineup that haven't been playing. Um, we didn't swing the bats as well as I would have liked, and that we have been all year. But you know what? The hitters have done a good job most of the year picking up pitchers at times, and the pitchers certainly picked up the hitters today and all weekend. So, you know, big sweep for us. And yet, like I heard you say, Josh, the RPI continually moves up. It was 11 going into the game today, and it probably will move up a little bit more, possibly. And we just got to keep figuring out, you know, figuring out a way if we can play a complete game. I'm still looking for us. We haven't played enough complete games. I'd like to see where we put it all together and see what we can do, because that's what it's going to take if you want to win this whole thing. You're going to have to play more complete games. But you know, you got to be happy as a coach after this weekend.
You mentioned a couple guys down. You're 1 and 2 in the rotation. How big was it for Tyler just pitching on 3 days rest to go out there and give you the 4 2/3 that he did?
Well, he's one of those guys that is huge, that stepped up in roles that they're not used to doing. We did start him against FIU, albeit it was on a pitch count. Today we would have left him in if he was certainly on a more of a pitch count, but it was basically 70 pitches, and I think he just threw barely over 70 pitches. So, but you know, it was huge, and you know, it was efficient. He got ahead of hitters. I heard him saying he did just kind of like Van Bell did. He got ahead of hitters, and then, you know, his instead of his fork buzz split, which is similar to the change action dropping down. You know, he utilized that to get guys to chase out of the zone, and so you know, it was big for us. Certainly, we needed that because you know, their pitchers threw good. Virginia Tech's pitchers were good, and they had some lefties that gave our guys trouble. And this righty that threw today, you know, for whatever reason, our guys were not getting the ball out of the hand. They were not seeing it well because we were chasing bad pitches, and just our timing wasn't good. And so I was glad to see when Dell hit that home run that they were getting the bullpen going quickly. He must have been on a pitch count too, because he was throwing good up to that point. So, you know, all in all, yeah, Kaiser, excellent. Just what we needed.
Seems like Del Castillo every game does something that amazes fans, and just that home run, how big was that for the team?
Huge. You know, the wind, as always, is blowing in on, you know, from right field. Day games blowing in more than ever, and he crushed that ball because that ball was a no-doubter. But it was right in the wheelhouse. Looked like an off-speed pitch down and in, and he golfed it out of there. But he was the MVP of the game. Even though it could have easily gone to Kaiser or Fed, we gave it to him because not only the two-run home run, but the two clutch catches he made. One down the right field line with first and second, nobody out. And their guy, as soon as he hit it, we're all going, oh my gosh. It's a 3-2 game. And the wind got it. It hooked a little towards the line. It was not an easy catch. He made that catch. And then the last catch to end the game was not an easy catch. He had to run a long way to catch that ball. It really should have been Jordan's ball, but Del ended up catching the ball. So, you know, making great catches is one thing. Making them when it's a very crucial situation, that's a whole other ball game. So Dell's been, I mean, up to this point, I think it'd be safe to say he's probably been the MVP of our team. He's done a little bit of everything, and he's done it very well.
You mentioned that it wasn't just Kaiser on the mound. Obviously, the bullpen bridged the gap to Fed. How dominant was he once he went out there?
Who are we talking about? Fed? Yeah, well, that first inning, he was real dominant. And, of course, you know, basically he got quick outs. So I can't remember where he was at, but it was 20-something pitches going into the third. Normally we would have gone to Greg, but we felt good the fact that, you know, Fed hadn't, you know, he had gotten rest, and so a day's rest. And so, you know, he was low on the pitch count, and he was throwing good. He struggled in that last one. That was going to be his last hitter no matter what. We got the end of the game, that was it. And if the guy got on, we were going to Greg. You know, so it just worked itself out. You know, Greg's probably not happy about it because he wants to come in, but he should not be happy about it. That's the closer's mentality. But we were trying to do the right thing for the team at that time, just because Fed was going so well. And I know one of the last guys coming up there to left. Well, it was a left-handed hitter, Fernandez. Did he end the game? We thought the matchup was better with Fed because of the changeup with that kid, struggling with changeups because Greg's more of a fastball slider guy. Because really, I wanted to bring Greg in there, but it just that the matchup because of Fed's changeup, we thought was a better situation.
Couple more for Coach. Big picture, you alluded to it a little bit about the RPI. How crucial are these wins, especially down the stretch when counted out at the beginning of the year, you're in the top 25 right now.
Yeah.
Now you're making a run and hosting a regional.
Well, I would hope we would move up in the rankings after again, not only sweeping 3 games, but we won a midweek game, so we went 4-0 during the week. I would think we'll probably move up a little bit in the polls. We might move up a little bit in the RPI. We have moved up, it seems like, each win, so we probably will move up a little in the RPI, and that's just kind of creeping our way up there. And but we got to keep it in perspective. We got, this week is our exams. We start up, so we won't have a midweek game for the first time, and our guys are going to give them a couple days off to get some rest, which I think we can use, certainly with the guys banged up. And just all in all, I think we can use a little bit of rest. We've had some tough games where we were playing 5 games a week, and then all the travel. We went to back-to-back weekends traveling in crazy weather, and it's certainly nice to be home playing in some sunshine. Yeah, to finish here, we need to get our guys healthy. We need to be strong, and we need to finish well because our end goal is not, we'd like to host a regional, and we want to play well in the ACC tournament. We're trying to win a national championship. Only one team can do that. It's not easy to do, so we got to make sure we're focused on what's at hand here, and the task at hand, and moving forward, and keep getting better, like I've said from day one.
Coach, as you said, your number 1 and your number 2 are down. You had to make a couple shifts around the pitching staff. You had to move up your midweek Slade to pretty much ace for Friday.
Yeah.
And you moved up Van Day, and Kaiser, you had him on a pitch count from the
Right.
IU game.
Yeah.
And how proud of you are you of your boy stepping up?
Well, I said it to him 2 times. I said it at the beginning of my speech, and I finished it with my speech saying that's an unbelievable team effort to do what we just did with exactly what you said. Our 1-2 down, our starting shortstop, and our third hole hitter down. Now Jenkins goes down, and to do what we did, guys stepping in, playing different roles, different positions, guys getting opportunities that they haven't. A guy like Escala, it says a lot about the team, and that's what this is all about. We're not an individual sport; we're a team sport, and you got to play as a team. You got to pick each other up. The chemistry of this team is very good. It's very, very strong, and so that's something that should take us and help us moving forward. And so, I feel very good at where the team's mindset is and pulling for each other. And, because that's a hard thing, to do in baseball, especially in our sport. We play so many games, and, you can get some guys adrift sometimes. And for the most part, I think our team is very focused and pulling for each other and doing whatever they can to help each other out. I mean, I've benched some guys that should be could argue be playing, like Gabe Rivera's been doing well, and he didn't pen, and he didn't start, and he's been great about it, and other guys too. I'm just using him as an example, but they all want to play, but they all understand that the end goal here is just we're trying to win games as a team.
Anything new on the pitchers, McMahon and?
No, they're still the same. Ideally, I think it'd be good if we can rest them through this next week. Chris is probably a little more ahead than Evan because he has started playing catch. Evan hasn't. There's maybe a possibility that Chris might throw on Sunday. We're getting way ahead of ourselves, but that's a possibility that he could throw short, kind of like a bullpen, but on Sunday. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Ideally, it'd be great if we had those guys back for the last 2 weekend series in the ACC. That's ideal, but we just have to see. But that's kind of where we're at right now.
And what about Jenkins? Anything on him?
No, I think he's going to be day-to-day. He was able to go out and catch, but he tried to swing, and, of course, we did. He said he can go. We taped it up, and then his at-bat, when he flied out there, just didn't feel good. So I'm sure we're going to look at it and take some x-rays. But I can't answer any more than that because I don't know. I haven't gotten any other answers. But I hope it's just day-to-day. I hope he's going to be okay.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.